Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
My fiancée burst out laughing when I brought up the prenup and snapped, "You either marry me with no strings attached, or you don't marry me at all." I looked at her calmly and said, "All right." Then I picked up the phone and called the wedding planner to cancel every single thing. She only realized it was real when she arrived at the bridal salon for her final dress fitting and the place was completely empty. Quick note, guys, only about 8% of you watching are actually subscribed right now, and the channel's growth has stalled. If these stories help you or entertain you, smashing that subscribe button would mean the world and keep this going. Thanks. I'm David, 38M, currently sitting in my home office while my now ex-fiancée leaves one hysterical voicemail after another. This all exploded 5 days ago, and I'm still wrapping my head around how quickly it fell apart. That IT started on a Monday afternoon. I was going over some contracts when my attorney, Jennifer, rang me. "David, the prenup is finished and ready for signatures. It's clean, simple, and does exactly what you wanted. Shields your company and the house." Quick background. I own a construction firm I started from zero 12 years ago. Today it's valued around $2.3 million, plus the house I bought long before I met her and a decent investment portfolio. Rebecca, 31F, and I had been together 2 years, engaged for the last 8 months. She moved into my place a year ago when her apartment lease ended. It felt like the logical next step back then. The prenup was completely standard. What I brought in stays mine, what she brought in stays hers. In case of divorce, she'd receive fair spousal support scaled to the length of the marriage, but no slice of the business or the house I owned pre-relationship. Totally reasonable. I thanked Jennifer and told her we'd swing by the next day to look it over. That night I cooked her favorite, grilled salmon, opened a nice bottle of wine, kept the mood light. "Rebecca, the lawyer finished the prenup. We can go through it tomorrow and sign if it looks good to you." She glanced up from her phone, one eyebrow raised. "A prenup? I thought we agreed we didn't need that." We had mentioned it once, very briefly, when I proposed, but I never agreed to skip it. Protecting the company I bled for wasn't optional. Her face changed, surprise shifting into irritation. "David, I'm not signing something that basically says I walk away with nothing if we split. That's not what it says at all. It just keeps separate what was separate before we met and guarantees you fair support. I don't care how you spin it. I'm not signing it." Red flag 1, bright and clear. I stayed calm. "Rebecca, this part isn't negotiable for me. I'm not walking into marriage without protection." She actually laughed in my face. "Protection? For me? That's insulting. It's not personal, it's just smart. Marriage is nothing but personal, David." She stood up, hands on her hips. "Here's how this is going to go. You marry me with no prenup, no lawyers, no paperwork, just us. Or you don't marry me at all." The ultimatum sat there like a loaded gun. 2 years together, and in one sentence she showed me exactly who I was dealing with. "Okay," I said quietly. She smiled, thinking she'd won. "Good. I knew you'd come around." "No, Rebecca. Okay, as in, we're not doing this at all." Her smile disappeared. "What? You gave me 2 options. I'm taking the second one. You're seriously calling off the wedding over a piece of paper?" "I'm calling it off because you just proved you believe marriage automatically entitles you to half of everything I built before you were even in my life. That's not love, that's a business plan." She stared at me, stunned. "You're not serious." "Dead serious." "Fine. Sleep on it. You'll calm down." She stormed upstairs and slammed the bedroom door. I didn't sleep on anything. I called Jennifer right then. "Jennifer, it's David. Kill the prenup. Actually, kill everything. The engagement is over." "David, are you sure? Prenups make people emotional. Maybe give it a day." She laughed at it and gave me an ultimatum. Marry her with zero protection or not at all. I'm choosing not at all. A pause. Understood. File closed. Next call Sandra, the wedding planner. Sandra, David Mitchell. Cancel the wedding. All of it. Oh my gosh. David, is everything okay? Everything's fine. Engagement's off. Cancel every vendor, every contract. Send me the damage report. David, we're 6 weeks out. You're looking at roughly $28,000 in losses and fees. I know. Do it anyway. That night I spent 2 hours on the phone. Venue, caterer, band, florist, photographer, everything gone. The venue alone ate $15,000, catering another $8,000. Expensive, but still cheaper than a divorce. Tuesday morning, Rebecca bounced downstairs like the fight never happened. Morning, babe. Coffee's ready. I was at the kitchen table closing out cancellation emails. Rebecca, we need to talk. If this is about last night, I forgive you. It hurt my feelings, but we can move on. There's nothing to move on from. I canceled the wedding last night. Everything. Her mug froze halfway to her mouth. You canceled it? Every vendor. It's done. You can't just cancel our wedding without talking to me. You gave me an ultimatum. I accepted the one you clearly didn't think I'd take. Her face turned crimson. This is crazy. You're throwing us away over money. I'm protecting myself from someone who thinks saying, I do, means she instantly owns half of everything I earned before she met me. That's what marriage is. David, everything becomes ours. No, marriage is building something new together. It's not a free ticket to what I spent 12 years creating. Tears started. Real ones. I didn't move. Where am I supposed to live? This is my home too. It's my house, Rebecca. Your name isn't on the deed or the mortgage. You can stay the weekend to figure things out, but we're finished. You can't just throw me out. I'm not throwing you out. I'm ending the engagement. Take a few days, then you need to go. She ran upstairs, slammed doors, and I heard her screaming on the phone to friends and family about how insane I was. Friday was icy silence and dirty looks. Saturday morning, she announced she was going dress shopping with her sister. I didn't bother correcting her. Sunday evening, my phone blew up. Unknown number. David? This is Michelle, Rebecca's sister. What is wrong with you? Hi, Michelle. How can I help? Rebecca showed up for her final fitting today and the salon was empty. They told her the appointment was canceled weeks ago. She's sobbing in the parking lot. I told Rebecca on Tuesday the wedding was off. If she didn't believe me, that's on her. She thought you were bluffing. I don't bluff. You're destroying her life over a stupid contract. I'm protecting 12 years of work from someone who thinks she deserves half just for showing up. Have a good night, Michelle. Click. An hour later, Rebecca came home wailing. The shop was locked. There was no appointment. I looked like an idiot. I told you I canceled everything. I thought you were just upset and would get over it. I did get over it. That's why there's no wedding. Update 1. 2 weeks later, the flying monkeys arrived on schedule. Rebecca moved out the following Tuesday. Her parents rolled up with a U-Haul and the entire family glared at me like I was the devil. Her dad even tried the tough guy routine. Son, you're making a terrible mistake. Rebecca is a good woman. I'm sure she can be, just not for me. You're throwing away something beautiful over money. I'm protecting something I built from scratch from someone who believes it automatically becomes hers the moment she says, I do. Her mom was sobbing, begging me to take Rebecca back. Rebecca herself tried one last Hail Mary while boxing her stuff. David, I'll sign the prenup now. We can just push the wedding back a few months. No, Why not? I'm giving you what you wanted. Because you're only offering it now because you lost. Your first reaction was to laugh and demand half of my life's work. That's who you actually are when things don't go your way. She left crying. I felt a pang for maybe 5 minutes, then remembered that laugh. Total financial hit, $28,000 in cancellations. Worth every penny. Lost a few mutual friends who thought I was cold. Kept the ones who get ITM. My business partner Mike summed it up. $28,000 to find out who she really is? That's the best money you've ever spent. Update 2 1 month later, just when I thought the craziness was over, Rebecca pulled one final stunt. I got a call from my bank's fraud department. Mr. Mitchell, we flagged unusual activity. 3 weeks ago, someone tried to add an authorized user to your business checking account and initiated a $15,000 transfer. Our system blocked it. The authorized user? Rebecca Thompson. She had access for about 6 hours in the middle of the night, the very night after our prenup fight, before everything locked down. She had downloaded years of statements and tried to wire the money to an external account at 6:23 a.m. The only reason it didn't go through was the phone verification step for large transfers. That was the Tuesday I was asleep upstairs while she was quietly robbing me. That I was at the bank within an hour. Then at the police station with Jennifer. Police report filed. Wire fraud, computer intrusion, attempted theft. Detective said the evidence was airtight. She even opened the receiving account days earlier. Premeditated. Friday, I nuked every password and account. Saturday, Rebecca actually called me. David, I heard you went to the police over some mix-up with the accounts. There was no mix-up. You tried to steal $15,000. I was just checking if you were hiding money from me. By transferring it to yourself, I was going to put it back. I was proving you don't trust me. Hanging up was the most satisfying button I've pressed in months. Her dad called next, begging me to drop it. She was emotional. She's young. It was a mistake. Attempting to commit a federal felony isn't a mistake, sir. Monday, the detective called back. Warrant issued. Final update, 3 months later, Rebecca was arrested at her parents' house last month. Her father tried to block the officers and got cuffed himself. Made the local news. She took a plea, guilty, 2 years probation, restitution to the bank, and a permanent felony record. Her parents still tried to guilt me right up to sentencing. Her mom called the day before the hearing begging me to ask for leniency. I reminded her this was now a federal case and her daughter committed the crime. Not me. Total financial damage on my end. Still just the $28,000 wedding cancellations. Compared to what she had planned, that was the deal of the century. Everyone who heard the full story, prenup refusal, ultimatum, middle of the night attempted theft, understood completely. The few who still side with her aren't people I need in my life. I'm dating again. Casually. Prenup conversation now happens by date 3. Works like an instant gold digger filter. Mike's new favorite line. Bro, you didn't dodge a bullet. You dodged a heat-seeking missile with your name stenciled on it. Sleep like a rock now. No more quiet dread in the background. No more wondering why she always wanted to look over my financials. Lesson for every guy reading this. If she laughs at a prenup and says, marry me as is or not at all, hand her the not at all option with a smile. Because the woman who truly loves you will protect your peace and your assets as fiercely as her own. The one who refuses and then tries to rob you in the middle of the night, she was never in it for you. She was in it for what she could take. Rebecca laughed at my prenup and gave me an ultimatum that I said okay, and found out she was already trying to empty my accounts. Best okay I ever said.